Siberius, and we about to get serious. It's the real Siberius, making fanboys furious.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome to The Real Siberius. On this episode, I want to talk about who are the top 5 Glazers for LeBron James. This is a subscriber-asked question from Mr. Rhoda 8143. So number 1 has to be Rich Paul. This guy is a shill of epic proportions. And if that isn't bad enough by itself, he's also a pseudo-intellectual, which in the day and age of the smartphone and ubiquitous internet is just asking to be made a fool of on a consistent basis. Some of his most egregious lies he has said about LeBron are, he always makes the right play. He should have 7 MVPs. I was not originally a fan of LeBron James. I really wish stupidity was painful, because then I could spend the rest of my days knowing that this fool is living in excruciating pain. I'm trying to think of a bigger simp or sycophant, and I just can't. If you look up jock sniffer in the dictionary, it would be a picture of Rich Paul with LeBron James' nuts resting on his chin. He's an absolutely disgusting piece of shit. Number 2, Shannon Sharpe. To think there was a time when I actually respected this jackass. He was a great tight end. If I'm recalling correctly, he actually never missed a game in his career. And yet he lies and glazes for a piece of shit that rarely plays because his feelings are hurt or he has a hangnail. This is how I know he's on the payroll. And knowing how much money he's had to pay out to his alleged victims, I'm not surprised. He once posted on Instagram, "I am pouring honey on you, goat." Really, dude? I don't even have fucking words for that. That's just insane. He's also quoted as saying, he may not be the greatest ever, but he is the greatest ever simply in terms of longevity. What the fuck are you talking about? So he's not the greatest ever, but he's the greatest ever because of long-term stats. Okay. On his show, he called Clarissa Shields the Michael Jordan of boxing. And then he had to awkwardly shoehorn LeBron into the conversation because he knew if he didn't, his unclutched check wouldn't cash. This is what they call a Freudian slip. The truth slips out even though you didn't intend it to. Shannon Sharpe, pretty please, with sugar on top. Shut the fuck up. Number 3, Nick Wright. This is the type of guy that if you offered him money to eat shit on national TV, he would do it for way less than you would think. He's quoted as saying, Jordan's the greatest championship player, but LeBron is the greatest player. What the fuck does that mean, dunce? Are you saying you would rather have someone that loses 60% of their finals appearance rather than 0? He claims that LeBron has unparalleled all-around skill. However, LeBron is an absolutely terrible shooter outside of 3 feet. He's barely above average inside of 3 feet. He's an awful free throw shooter, a mediocre three-point shooter at best. He doesn't play defense. I'm sorry, where's the unparalleled all-around skill? However, I will give you, he is the absolute greatest ever at helping the other team score. In 2011, he should have been given the finals MVP for the Mavs. He was crushing it for them. He also said he has sustained excellence. Sustained excellence, huh? He hasn't won an MVP in 13 years, and he hasn't been gifted a bubble ring in 6. What are you talking about? Are you referring to him staying in games late so he can get a triple-double at 41 in a game that was basically already won? That's the sustained excellence that you're talking about? Shut the fuck up. Number 4, JJ Redick. From half-ass player to half-ass coach, he is proving he can do it all at a below average level. I think right now he's eating crow, but he doesn't have the stones to openly admit he was wrong about LeBron, and he would jump at the chance to play with plumbers and firemen. He's quoted as saying, "Come be around him every day and see how much this guy cares. It's off the charts." He cares so much he didn't play the first 15 games of the season because his ass hurt. He dipped on the All-Star game last year without a heads up, so there couldn't be a replacement. He stays in blowouts late to pad his stats. You're absolutely right. He cares about himself more than anything in the world, and second place isn't even close. Apparently, Redick likened managing an older LeBron to being a catcher for a veteran pitcher. Every night he doesn't have his best stuff, but he has enough to win. Except he doesn't. And if the Lakers do win, it's in spite of him, not because of him. He also said he has the highest basketball IQ I've ever seen. I'm sorry, but the guy with the highest basketball IQ ever would not simultaneously have the most turnovers all time. Period. One negates the other, no matter how you look at it. Number 5. Every jackass that doesn't push back. I almost hate these guys more. Complacency is guilt. Your willingness to sit idly by and let actual greats be slandered is abhorrent, and there should be consequences. Their dismissal of revisionist history, false narratives, and blatant outright lies is a reflection of their character and their integrity. From the bottom of my heart, fuck you. There may be those that forgive this behavior, but I'm not one of them. I refuse to acknowledge any of these people as real sports media, as real fans of basketball. They're obviously all on the payroll. I mean, so that's the top 5, but I would have to say there are a few honorable mentions. I think Stephen A has to be on that list. While he does occasionally criticize LeBron and likes to claim that he knows things about LeBron that would blow everybody's minds, well, either say them or shut up. But he constantly glazes for him. First of all, calling LeBron number 2 is glazing for him. He's not number 2. He doesn't deserve to be ranked at all. And if you believe he deserves to be ranked, then you're okay with cheating, you're okay with collusion, you're okay with manipulation, you're okay with lying. It's that simple. If you can justify any of his behaviors, then I'm sorry, that's glazing. That's the way that I see it. Again, complacency is guilt. If you're fine with any of his egregious behavior, then in reality, you're fine with all of it. I was a little bit afraid to do a video on this because I knew it would piss me off. I actually had to go through and do searches for quotes from Rich Paul, Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright, JJ Redick on the internet. And every time I read them, I wanted to throw up in my mouth. These are disgusting, deplorable people. And why are they disgusting, deplorable people? Because they suck up, praise, and idolize an absolute piece of shit. And all of you that say, oh, well, he's a good family man, he's a good father, he does whatever, one doesn't negate the other. You can give money to charity and still be a piece of shit. You can help disenfranchise people and still be a piece of shit. One doesn't negate the other. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you made it to the end, I certainly appreciate it. As always, I want to give a shout out to the content creators that continue to inspire me to do this. Uncommon Sense, Angry Old Hoops, Self-Researched NBA Facts, 93Z, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncut Hoops, Beam Engine, In Your Face Hoops, Eddie TV, King Speech Row, Goatcast Hoops, I always appreciate your guys' takes, your perspectives, and your humor. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.